Welcome back to NFL in Review. This will be week 16 of the 2025 NFL season. There's a lot to talk about, so let's get started. Thursday Night Football. We have the Los Angeles Rams at the Seattle Seahawks. NFC West is a very dominant division. I've never seen such a dominant division before, with exception of the Arizona Cardinals, but that's besides the point. I mean, you got the Rams, you got Matthew Stafford, you got Seattle Seahawks with Sam Darnold, Cooper Kupp. Who do the Rams have? They have Puka Nacua. They got Kyron Williams. That's pretty much all I know. Matthew Stafford. With the Niners, we're going to get to that a little bit later. This was a very weird game. Only weird because of the way it ended and the aftermath of the game. I personally thought the Rams were going to be very dominant, and for the most part they were, but came to overtime. This last score was in overtime, and Seahawks won. The aftermath was very sketchy. Not sketchy, it's only because of Puka Nacua. I'm not calling Puka Nacua sketchy, but he tweeted a certain thing out today, that night. Let's just say the NFL was not happy about it. He said something along the lines of, can you say that I'm wrong? You can say that I'm wrong, or can you say that I'm wrong? And we appreciate the Stripes for their contributions tonight, LOL. And NFL did not like that. He was fined $25,000 for that. So Puka needs to learn how to just hold his tongue. Take the L. They still made the playoffs, actually. So we're going to talk about that after we get through each game. But congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks for their win and for almost winning the NFC West division. We will talk about two division rivalries. NFC East, Philadelphia Eagles at the Washington Commanders. Now, Dan Quinn had said that they were going to reserve Jaden Daniels for the rest of the season, which I think is a very smart move. That he should have been a few weeks prior, only because he needs to heal up. Marcus Mariota was kind of looking okay. We're very happy that the Eagles are, starting to look better. Granted, they did go against the Raiders last week, and then they did go up against a much weaker Washington Commanders this season. So Jalen Hurts was there, Saquon was there. I think they're picking it back up. I was kind of worried about the Eagles when the past few weeks after those 3 straight losses in a row, and I'm like, how bad are we doing? What exactly is going to happen here? But I think they're starting to ramp back up now that the season is coming to a close. Only 2 weeks left in the season now. They're ramping it up. So congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles for their win for Week 16. They, I believe, are the 3rd seed, if I'm not mistaken. Will they win the playoffs? I'm actually not sure, because we're starting to run into postseason. It's just around the corner after this month. I'm just glad that the Eagles are picking it back up, because they're Super Bowl champions. They should be able to play at the best of the best level that they possibly could. But you can't win them all. So once again, congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles for this win. Commanders, I believe, have already been eliminated. Sorry, Commanders, maybe next year. I love this rivalry. I love this specific rivalry. The very classic, the most classic NFC North. Without this rivalry, there is no NFL. There is no sports. The Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. I don't know what it is about this rivalry that it's so relaxing to me, and it's comforting. Something about the Chicago Bears at home with the big C logo in the middle. You're at, whether it's in the afternoon or in the late afternoon or at night, a primetime game. Something so comforting about seeing the G and the C clash together for the 120th time. Or 200th time. I don't even know how many times they faced off each other, but oh, what a great rivalry. But didn't have the outcome I wanted, only because the Chicago Bears won. Green Bay, I wanted Green Bay to win so bad only because I like the Packers and I like Jordan Love. Not really the biggest fan of Caleb Williams. All I will say, he's looking a lot better than he did last season. 11-4. That's a pretty big difference from last year, where you had 5-12, only 5 wins and 12 losses, and then you managed to shift that, the complete opposite of how many wins you had. So I did write a formal apology on Instagram to Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams apology form. To Caleb Williams from me, date was December 21st. I thought the Bears would ruin him. I let the nail polish get to me. I'm a Lions fan. I thought the media overhyped him out of college. Thought he was soft for crying at USC. And I really believe Jaden Daniels is better. He managed to stay healthy, so I will hereby respect Caleb Williams and I will no longer talk down on him. Signed, Austin K. Gangler. Congratulations to the Chicago Bears for their win. We're going to get to the Sunday night games. We have Kansas City Chiefs at the Tennessee Titans. Just take a look at this score right here. Take a look at the two teams. The Kansas City Chiefs cannot have a worse season than they already have. Last week, they lost Patrick Mahomes due to an ACL injury. Then they had to throw in Gardner Minshew in there. And now this coming week, Gardner Minshew tears his ACL? Oh my gosh. You know, people were saying that Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce all had devil magic and that they were, you know, worshiping Satan to get to the playoffs and to win another Super Bowl ring. Well, the devil is getting his dues, and he's getting more than his dues. The Kansas City Chiefs, right? If you look at this team, they were so dominant in the past few years, and now they get eliminated from the playoffs, right? You lose to the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans. How does a former Super Bowl champion, well, not this past year, but the year before that, for the 2023 season, they were just looking so good. You have to start Gardner Minshew, right? Now, Gardner Minshew tears his ACL, and you lose to the Tennessee Titans. This is their third win overall in the season. You cannot have a worse season than the Kansas City Chiefs had. I just cannot get over this. The devil is collecting his dues. He's collecting more than his dues. Getting everything and they're coming home to roost. That's what happens when you make deals with the devil. That's exactly what happens. You're on top for a little bit and then you pay everything. You pay with your health, you pay with letting your team down, it's just all crumbling down for the Kansas City Chiefs. And they've been eliminated from playoff contention after that. This is crazy. All I will say is congratulations to the Tennessee Titans. They needed a win somehow, and they got it from the Chiefs. So, congrats. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Denver Broncos. This was an interesting game because Broncos usually look so much better than this. I don't know what happened to them this game. Bo fumbled a lot, threw, I think, two pick sixes. And that's what led Jaguars to be to get 34 that score. And their defense wasn't even looking that hot. I like Bo Nix, okay? I like Trevor Lawrence. I like both quarterbacks. It's just I thought the Broncos were going to do much better than this. I thought they were going to do so much better than this. But one injury that really plagued them, it was Pat Bryant. Pat Bryant was sent with a hospital ball. He got it, and there was a big, massive hit on Pat Bryant. I just hope he's okay. I'm going to read the latest update on Pat Bryant because he was carted off the field after taking a brutal hit from Montaric Brown in the fourth quarter. That was such a brutal hit. He wasn't moving, and that is scary. I would have liked to see maybe a thumbs up or something. I'm like, okay, he's okay. He wasn't moving. That part scares me. Me personally, I'm just wishing Pat Bryant a speedy recovery from whatever injury he just sustained. Maybe he had a massive concussion and he just wasn't moving. Oh, it looks like he was released from the hospital. So, that night, lots of testing came back negative. So that's good news actually. But I just hope he's okay after that. Jaguars just kept looking good. They had the Broncos number. They just kept reading Broncos defense. And I don't know where Broncos defense was this game. They just were not on it. They were not on the Jaguars like I thought they would be. Just a disappointing game for the Broncos. But congratulations to the Jacksonville Jaguars for their win this week. Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Detroit Lions. Not really much I can say about this game, other than I wanted to talk about Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. They beat the Dolphins last week. Not really happy about that. I still firmly believe that if they do make the playoffs, they're not going to make it far. They're not going to make it past the wild card round. They're not going to win that playoff game. They just stay there, and then they just lose, which always makes me mad. Always makes me mad. We need a better team on there other than the Steelers. And I kept telling everybody that Aaron Rodgers was not going to be the guy to get the Pittsburgh Steelers to the playoffs. But I don't even know if they secured a spot. They probably didn't. But we're going to talk about that later. Looking at the standings, yeah, they didn't secure a spot, but they're very close to. They're very close to securing that spot. Let's talk about the Lions for a second. Jared Goff got me some points, right? I cannot use Patrick Mahomes anymore in fantasy only because he got injured, but now I have to use Jared Goff, and he got me a couple points. That's nothing to sneeze at. He tried his best. That's all I can ask for. Like, you look at the score, 29-24. He did all right. He was only 5 points off, which I can't really complain about it. Okay, like I'm not mad that Detroit Lions lost. I'm just mad that we might see another Pittsburgh Steelers playoff and they're just gonna lose again. That's just what's gonna happen. That's just how I personally feel. Like, this is not. It's just getting old. It's getting old to see them make it and then end up losing in the wild card round. It is Aaron Rodgers, so sometimes he surprises us, like he did with this game. So, congratulations to Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers for their win against the Detroit Lions this week. Sunday Night Football. We have the New England Patriots at the Baltimore Ravens. What can I say about Drake May and Lamar Jackson? Obviously, I'm a Dolphins fan, so I was rooting for the Ravens, because I do have a Ravens shirt as well. I do not like the Patriots at all. I do have respect for Drake May, though. He's been killing it. Only reason I'm saying this is because Lamar Jackson got injured again. This time with his back. I don't know how he injured his back. I kind of like was sleeping a little bit after I was only watching like maybe half of this game. Obviously, Derrick Henry was looking alive. He was alive and well. I think during the second half is when Lamar Jackson got injured, and I think he was ruled out for the rest of the game. I'm not sure if he is going to come back to play the next 2 weeks. There's not much left in the season, so we can't really say anything. He has a contusion. Lamar Jackson day-to-day with significant back contusion. So he's like some sort of back contusion, and he that must be rough, because you need to pivot a lot for that kind of game. So one time he got sacked, and now he's just out. Now I'm looking at this guy, Zay Flowers. Can we all agree that Zay Flowers is not it? Only because he fumbles. He fumbled the easiest catch known to man. He was so wide open. He fumbles it. Patriots get the ball. The Patriots defense get the ball, and they ended up. All I gotta say is Zay Flowers. Like, if I saw that, if I was the coach for the Baltimore Ravens, I would let you have it. What you did, like, you would be benched. You would definitely be benched, Mr. Zay Flowers. You would be benched, and I would get some other wide receiver out there, because that's not it. What I saw was not it. As much as I hate saying this, congratulations to the New England Patriots for their win, Week 16. Monday Night Football. San Francisco 49ers at the Indianapolis Colts. Brock Purdy and Phillip Rivers. Watched a little bit of this game last night, and Colts kind of had a nice black helmet, nice dark blue jersey going on with a nice C logo. Kind of like that. Kind of looks a little bit cooler than their other jersey, but Phillip Rivers at 44 years old still got it. I mean, granted he still lost, but he can hang with the boys, you know? Like, he still has Daniel Jones' number, 17, which is kind of confusing. You have Phillip Rivers. Yeah, Phillip was looking good. Like, I saw his throwing arm, and I'm just like, wow, 44 years old and he could still do that? Crazier than Aaron Rodgers and even Joe Flacco, who are a couple years younger. Against the Niners defense, not sure where they were. Like, I think there was one pick that I saw. Niners defense was looking pretty weak, and I was just looking at some of the graphics from this Monday night game. Brock Purdy looks like Phillip Rivers' son. I saw this meme. Somebody said that this looks like a father and a son just found out that they're playing the Super Bowl together. And this could have actually been a Super Bowl game. You know, Niners are NFC, Colts are AFC. So it could have passed for a Super Bowl game. Will they make it? Probably not. But it could have been a Super Bowl. Like that is a passable Super Bowl because it's one NFC and one is AFC. I don't know. Congrats to the Niners for their win on Monday. Last game. Obviously my Dolphin game. We have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Miami Dolphins. Granted, these are two teams that I like. Bengals is my favorite from AFC North. The thing was, we benched Tua Tagovailoa for this game, and we start Quinn Ewers. I gotta say, Quinn Ewers is not... I mean, he's still a rookie. He hasn't started with any of the other games. What do you say about Quinn Ewers? Like, I thought he was going to be more. Granted, this is like his first starting game. He was I kind of like their like throwback jerseys. They made the Dolphins like back in like the 60s or 70s or whatever, 80s even. I had a feeling that Joe Burrow was going to be a lot better than the Miami Dolphins. I just had a feeling since Joe Burrow was back. I just knew. I'm just like, well, this is gonna be bad. At least the O-line, Miami's defense got through Bengals O-line, because I've said this before. Bengals O-line is probably the worst I've ever seen in the league. Like the absolute worst offensive line that I've ever seen in any team. And somehow Joe Burrow's able to make that work. The fact that Joe Burrow is able to make those quick decisions and having the wide receivers be as fast as they are. Jamar Chase, he got it. Jamar Chase got it. I just cannot believe that I was looking at this record that Miami has one more win than the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, granted, we gave them a win this week, but not what I was expecting. I mean, I wasn't expecting this big of a difference in the score. I really can't be that mad, only because I also like the Bengals, so I can't really be too mad. It's just the problem that we started Quinn Ewers, and I thought Quinn Ewers was going to be not so much better than Tua, but at least making us look good. And Quinn Ewers himself was not looking good. I don't know if it's because this is his first game. Mike McDaniel wants to see him develop, which I think is a good idea, only because, I mean, you only got 2 weeks left in the season. We have Tampa Bay next week, and then we have the Patriots for the last rivalry week. So there's really not much development there. Maybe for next season, whoever we play, like, we gotta start Quinn Ewers then. Or even Zach Wilson. I know Zach Wilson is probably salty only because we traded for him. I kind of wish we used Zach Wilson only because I felt like he was more reliable. Tua already proved to me that he's not a franchise quarterback. That was already clear to me. He's not a franchise quarterback. He's not a Super Bowl quarterback. But what pisses me off the most is that we start another quarterback after we get eliminated for playoff contention. If we were losing that badly, I would have benched Tua from the beginning. If Mike McDaniel was really smart, and I mean really, really smart, he would have benched Tua week 1. Maybe even have them flip-flop between Quinn Ewers and Zach Wilson, depending on what kind of game it is. I don't know. I just... Dolphins are going to Dolphin. That's just how I see it now. Like how we say Browns are going to Brown, the Dolphins are going to Dolphin. We're at that point now. Miami Dolphins are going to do Miami Dolphins things. And I hate saying that. I hate saying that only because I want to see my team win. Congratulations to Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals for their win against us, the Miami Dolphins. Again, I'm not upset that we lost to the Bengals, only because I really like the Bengals. They're my favorite team from AFC North. It's just maybe I got my expectations a little bit too high for Quinn Ewers. It was just a little bit too high. I mean, I'm rooting for the Dolphins, so obviously it's just not going to work. Nothing was going to ever work from there. we got Tampa Bay next week. I don't, and I also like that team. I also like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's going to be a painful last few weeks, and then the postseason, we're good. We're all okay. It's not a big deal. We already got eliminated from playoff contention, so we can't really go downhill much from here. I might find myself biting those words. Okay, so I know that playoffs are right around the corner. We only have 2 weeks left in the season. We have one more regular week, and then week 18 will be rivalry week. So all games for week 18 are going to be divisional rivalry games. Miami's going to go up against the New England Patriots, and then the Buffalo Bills are going to go up against the Jets. It's probably clear to me that New England's probably going to win that our division, and that's a knife to the heart. We're going to look at the standings. We're going to see clinched playoff berths, clinched division title, clinched first round bye, and team eliminated. So, the standings now. The teams that have clinched playoff positions are the Denver Broncos, the New England Patriots, the Seattle Seahawks, the Buffalo Bills, the Chicago Bears, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the LA Chargers, the LA Rams, and the San Francisco 49ers. Houston Texans are right below them but they do not have a spot yet. Right below them is going to be Philadelphia Eagles, which they won their division of NFC East, so congratulations to them. In the hunt on the bubble, we have Houston Texans, Green Bay Packers, Pittsburgh Steelers, Carolina Panthers, Detroit Lions, Indianapolis Colts, Baltimore Ravens, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're still in the hunt. In the hunt on the bubble, whatever you want to call it. And the teams that have been eliminated still are the Minnesota Vikings, the Dallas Cowboys, the Atlanta Falcons, Kansas City Chiefs, Miami Dolphins, Cincinnati Bengals, New Orleans Saints, Washington Commanders, Arizona Cardinals, Cleveland Browns, New York Jets, Tennessee Titans, Las Vegas Raiders, and the New York Giants. As the weeks progress, we are going to see how well these teams do. If I can look here to see what the seeds are, if I could see the seeds for the playoff teams, we could see what the playoff picture looks like. From NFC, there's 2 spots available only. There's 2 spots available for playoff spots. So I already listed them off. Broncos have the first seed. They have their first week bye. Patriots in the second seed. Jaguars in the third seed. Chargers in the 5th. Bills in the 6th. For NFC, we got Seattle Seahawks for the first round bye. Then we have Chicago Bears, the 2nd seed. Eagles for the 3rd seed. We still need the 4th seed. We have the 5th seed. Wait a minute. I didn't even see the 6th seed. The 4th, and the 7th seed. We still need a 4th and 7th seed. So Seahawks at number 1, Bears at number 2, Eagles number 3, 49ers at the 5th, and then the Rams are in the 6th seed. In the hunt, we have the Panthers and the Packers. So they're probably gonna make it. I think if the Panthers lose, then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be in the. I hope the Buccaneers make it. I really do. Then the Packers will probably be there too. But that's what the playoff picture is looking like. They put their spots on there. Obviously, Tampa Bay is going to probably make. I know I'm saying that only because this is crazy. I say I hope the Buccaneers make it because they're going up against my Dolphins. But I like both teams, so I feel like I'm going to be happy no matter who wins that one. It's probably going to be the Buccaneers if I had to make it. Lions don't have a shot. Sorry, Lions. You did good the past few seasons, but most likely the Packers are going to make it. They're probably going to be the 4th seed, and then the Buccaneers will be the 7th seed. So that's probably what the playoff picture is most likely going to look like for NFC. So we have our full playoff picture there. That's just what it's looking like now. What a great season. What a great season this was. There's still 2 weeks left, and kind of upset about it. This season flew by pretty quickly. This season flew by. Can't wait to see who wins. It's going to be an exciting playoff season, I guess. Cannot wait to see the Steelers lose again. So there's going to be that. Miami has Tampa Bay next week. Tampa Bay is going to be at the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Week 16 recap. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. See you guys in the next week for Week 17.